Right now, jurors are continuing to weigh the charges against the former Cheney Chief of Staff Louis Scooter Libby. They injected a bit of drama into the deliberations by asking the judge a question that got answered in a pretty strange way. Our Brian Todd is watching all of this unfold at the courthouse. What's the latest, Brian?
Well, Wolf, as we end near the end of the fifth full day of deliberations, you're right, it was answered in an odd way. This was actually the first substantive question from the jurors and a little bit of a window into their deliberations. The question had to do with count 3 of the indictment against Scooter Libby. That count is a charge of making false statements. The count essentially says that Libby falsely told the FBI that during a conversation that he had with Time Magazine's Matt Cooper in 2003, that Libby told Cooper that reporters were telling the administration that the wife of administration critic Joe Wilson worked for the CIA, but that Libby did not know that that was true. That was Libby's claim. The charge indicates that Libby made it falsely to the FBI. The juror's question to the judge was this, quote, is the charge that the statement was made or about the content of the statement itself? Essentially meaning the jurors were asking that if does the government have to prove that Libby made that statement, and does the government have to prove that he knew that it was false when he did make it? The government does have to prove both of those things, but the question confused the judge. He asked them to clarify it. Before they could even get back to him with a clarification, they sent another note back to the judge this morning, reading, quote, after further discussion, we are clear on what we need to do. No further clarification needed. Thank you. We apologize. So the jurors went right back into deliberations. Wolf, they've been there since then. Still no verdict. And
they still have another, just a little bit less than an hour before they wrap things up for today. Right. They wrap it up at 5 p.m. Eastern. Is that right?
That's correct, Wolf. They wrap it up at 5 p.m. Eastern. Interesting, though, this first note from the jury on the question came to him right at the end of business yesterday. So anything could happen between now and 5 o'clock.
All right, we'll stay on top of it together with you, Brian. Thanks, Brian Todd.